Now we're going to be taking a look at trapping the arm, which is going to be one of the best sequences and strategies that I can use. When my hand fighting isn't successful, I'll need to change it up, switch gears and start to trap his arm, so that now I have two hands versus his one, and it's going to be much easier. Okay, before we get started on the individual techniques, it's important to know what my goals are again. Sometimes you can have opportunistic arm traps where you just swing your leg over and catch his arm. These will come with practice. They're not consistent enough to rely on them. Okay, what is consistent and reliable is that I use my underhooking arm to cross grip on his wrist. Okay, this helps me keep his arm teed up perfectly for me to trap it. Okay, so our goal with a lot of this sequence is I use my grips to get to this situation where I can have this cross grip, trap his arm, and then we'll look over some different ways to make sure I can keep control of his arm as I work towards the rear naked choke. So starting with this cross grip here, okay, no matter how I get it, when I want to go in and actually trap the arm, I need to make sure that what I imagine is my heel coming towards my thumb. Okay, we could be moving around much more, there could be a lot of different things going on, his other hand could be getting in the way, but I always know where my thumb is. Okay, so that's a good reference to have. I just try to connect my heel to my thumb, and now I'm ready to trap. Okay, as I do that, I connect my heel to my thumb. Keep your heel coming in towards his body a bit. Okay, you don't want him to slip his hand back out. Okay, keep his heel here and start to drag it a bit away. Now I have different options to lock from here. I can simply cross my feet. This will keep control of his arm. I can tuck my foot behind his back, or I can even start to extend and start to use the body triangle. Okay, these all have different pros and cons. With trapping the arm and crossing the feet, what I want to do is not cross ankle over ankle. I want to cross with where my toe is hooking the end of my ankle here. This just keeps it much safer. I don't need to worry about him trying to ankle lock me, and I won't get into any other trouble like this. Okay, it mightn't be the most powerful one, but it's the most versatile, it's the easiest to do, and this would be the one I would recommend the most, especially if your digging is good and you can get a quick finish. Okay, the other option where you slide your leg down, tuck behind his back, this is very effective, but the problem we run into is where he can extend that leg and start to free himself. Now we'll look at some other options going into the crucifix later on, but if you are using this option, just make sure you keep your leg, your shin going across the belly so that you can keep control. Okay, the last option, the body triangle, is going to be the strongest, but it's also the most difficult to get into. Okay, that's where I trap his arm, extend my knee down his body until my knee comes close to my ankle. Now I can lock the body triangle and his arm will be stuck inside. Okay, this is going to be very hard to get out of, but again, it's harder than the other two to set up.